About 6 years ago, I was at the tarmac at Hong Kong International Airport staring up at a United Airlines Boeing 747 aircraft. That was my first time seeing an aircraft of a US carrier so up close, and at that point, I was about 3 months away from stepping into the United States for the very first time, but I was already dreaming of working in the US after graduating and then trying my luck at getting the H-1B visa. Fast forward to today, October 1st, 2021, I have officially fulfilled these two dreams that I've had on the back of my mind for years now. This feels really wild for me because I've always thought that getting to this point was near impossible. And this moment here made me think of the quote that reads, "The journey is more important than the destination." I've heard this quote countless times over the years, and it has never really resonated with the events in my life, so I didn't fully understand the meaning behind this quote. But fulfilling this dream of mine here to get a job and to get the H-1B visa has made me realize that all the things that I've done in the past 6 years to reach this point here were more exciting than this moment itself. Doing things like making friends with someone from a country that I've never even heard of, or flying to Brazil for an internship, or planning events for thousands of people. These things have fundamentally changed me as a person for better or worse, but now that I've fulfilled this years-long dream of mine, a big part of me feels a little bit empty. I feel all of these years I've been my own hype man and hyping myself to believe that this moment here will be this glorious achievement. Now, I'm not saying that I disregard this moment altogether. I am happy that this turned out the way that it did. But now that I'm here, I'm kind of like, what's next? I've always thought about my quote-unquote exit plans that took into account scenarios where I didn't end up getting a job after graduation, or the scenario where I didn't get selected in the H-1B lottery. Like, one of my plans if I didn't get the H-1B visa was to move and find a job in one of the Nordic countries. But never did I plan for or dare to think about what lies ahead if I did get the H-1B visa. And that is the conundrum that I'm facing right now or today. And it's also a flaw that I've identified in my process for defining my goals and dreams. Up until recently, I've only been focusing all my efforts on how to attain a goal or fulfill a dream, but I didn't put much effort in thinking of what happens after I reach that point. So right now, I'm scrambling to figure out what my next step is, and for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm actually an adult and I'm responsible for my own life. I didn't feel this way when I started working after graduation, and maybe it's because there was somewhat of a clear path as to where I could go from that point versus now where I feel like I have a bunch of different paths I can take to proceed forward in life. One thing's for sure is that I'm afraid to make the wrong decision or take the path that is less optimized per se. All of these years I've spent programming and learning computer science concepts have kind of wired my brain to only find that optimal solution. But with this situation in particular, it's not as easy to pinpoint which path is the one that leads to the optimal solution. And I don't think I'll ever find that optimal solution on how best to proceed forward with my life. But that doesn't stop me from thinking that way. This uncertainty that I'm facing right now has led me to revisit the question that I've had in my mind ever since I graduated my computer science degree. And that question is, do I want to do software development or software engineering long term? I truly don't know. I love the work that I'm doing right now, but I don't know how long this love/passion is going to last. However, I do believe that the answer to this question is the missing piece in this puzzle that I'm trying to solve here, and that will strongly influence the path that I'll eventually take and help me see that big picture. So until I figure out what that big picture looks like for me, I've decided to live my life day by day and do what I love, which at this point in time is building software and making these YouTube videos. This path here is full of uncertainties and underlying challenges. I honestly feel very uncomfortable about this situation because all my life, I've always had somewhat of a plan or like path to guide me forward, but I don't have one this time around. I guess uncertainties like this is what makes life exciting and interesting. I hope that you found meaning in this video. This is just something that I've been pondering about in my mind for a while now. I just wanted to get it out of my system in the hopes that it will bring some clarity in my thought process. I will resume the regularly scheduled set of videos starting next week, so stay tuned for that.